G'day. Welcome back to the Six Again show. Before we start, I need to apologise to the boys. It's been a bit of... I said we were going to record at 7 and it's after 8 o'clock. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties in that, but fuck, it wouldn't be a podcast without the technical difficulties. My headphones are going to keep cutting in and out. As long as you can hear me, I guess that's the main thing. That's to give the episode a little bit of context. But I guess let's get this bloody episode started already. Fucking headphones. Let's go. Let's roll that intro. Welcome to the Six Again show. I'm your host, Jace.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Name's TJ.
Kura here. Mato.
And we're going to be talking some shit about the league. So, boys, you ready to talk some shit or what?
Let's go.
Six again. Nice. Bloody. Okay, anyways, g'day. Welcome back to the Six Again show. I'm here with my host. Say g'day, Kura.
What's up?
Say g'day, Ato.
What's up?
And the man, the myth, the legend is back with us joining us today. So say g'day, TJ.
What's going on, guys?
It's good to have you here. And boys, are you ready to talk some shit about the league or what? Let's go, boys. So, big topic at the moment, the 18th man. So, let's bring up our little thingamajig here and let's go through what's been discussed. So, pretty much for those who watched the NRL this weekend, you'll know that there were two key games where, most of the bench went down and pretty much teams had to play the second half with one reserve or no one. And, the HIA rule at the moment is getting, is good for the welfare of our players, but it just means that, it leaves them high and dry, I guess the rest of the teammates for the rest of the second half. So I want to go and get the boys' opinions on this. So pretty much, what do we feel or what do we think about the 18th man rule? So we saw that, say for instance, the Sharkies, they lost, I think, all of their three players at the start of, during the first half, and they played the second half with only one interchange. So this one, I flick to you, Kura, because that was your fella's game.
Yep.
I guess, what are your thoughts around possibly having an 18th man to fill in during those times?
Yeah, like you said, man, it's or something that is definitely looking out for the welfare of the players. I guess it's pretty tough. I guess like for the weekend that's happened, that's just gone by, and in this game especially, for Cronulla to lose, majority of their bench,
Yep.
it's pretty unfortunate, and I guess for Parramatta that did work in our favour, and with them having to be a lot more fatigued and not being able to, interchange. But I guess there are some cons and pros to having that 18th man. Obviously, not everybody's going to be on board with it, and for myself, I think it's a great idea. Especially, obviously, there's going to be some rules that have been going to be put into it.
Yep.
It's not all just going to be, we're going to pick this person and put him in as the 18th man, so then we can most likely have that person just in case. But I think for myself, it's definitely a good idea to have the 18th man, especially if you've got a lot of guys going through the HIA throughout the game.
So I guess you touched on it like perfectly, Kura. About the act. So I'll flick it over to you, TJ. So what are I guess the rules around the 18th man?
Yeah, so it looks like the NRL so they want to introduce an 18th man who can only be used if 3 of your players fail the HIA test. And I think the way they've got it structured, or the way that they're looking at structuring it, is to have so it's got to be an emerging player to take that 18th man, and it's got to be a rotating player as well. So I think the idea behind it is it's so that coaches don't take advantage of having an experienced player on their bench if they need to. So that's how it looks. I think we'll find out in round 5. I think is when they're going to introduce it to the game. But I think it's just each to their own. Me personally, I think it's a silly rule. Just because what happened over the weekend is like pure coincidence that you know, we had a couple of teams that really struggled, especially for Cronulla.
Yep.
I don't think it's, you know, if we look at the past history of the game and stuff, we've never had that many HIAs in one match. So I think it was just, you know, just dumb luck for the Sharks. So yeah, like I'd rather they stick to the 17. I think having an 18th man there will just open things up for a lot of rorting, in my opinion.
Yep.
Like the coaches will find a way to make it work in their favour.
100%.
So yeah, so that's all I've got to say about it, bro.
Yeah, but you touch on a good point. Like, it's a competitive sport, so there's every chance that, you know, yeah, like you said, coaches and their staff will find a way to utilize the 18th man like the best that they could. I guess for you, Ato, I guess the new rules in the game has made the game faster, which means that players are more fatigued. So that's kind of the reason why this rule is like has come up. We've seen like other examples in other sports where they have something similar. So in AFL they have a 23rd man who will come on in case someone got injured or suffered a HIA. In cricket we've seen that they even have spare umpires ready to go in to jump in if umpires go down. And then they also have interchange in the cricket if they get fatigued too. So I guess what are your thoughts around having this option of an 18th man?
Well, like personally, for me, like I don't really want the 18th man rule in the game, but because of all the changes in the game and the speed and everything, you might have to. But I think, you know, they should try look at other things, like because over like the past, like, you know, maybe 5 to 10 years, they changed the rules, so they've been limiting the subbing.
Yeah.
So the subs have been lowered to, I think it's 10 or 12 now. Maybe because the game's so fast now, maybe just adding another 2 subs instead of, you know, getting an 18th man for that every game.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be a solution or something, just adding an extra sub or something, so the players can be a bit more fresh and they can sub a bit more.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my opinion. I don't want the rule, but yeah, I think maybe they should try look at other things to try, you know, instead of looking at, you know, bringing in the 18th man.
It's almost like people are wanting that like much fresh legs that they're willing to play first one half with one team and then second half you're just getting a whole fresh team in, which is stupid when you think about it. But I don't know, if people want to see the game moving fast and quick, maybe that is an option. So I guess you've heard it here. That's our opinion on the 18th man. Whether it happens or not, it looks like it's going to be rolled through in the next coming round. So obviously, we think coaches will rot the system and find a way for them to utilize it to their for their gain. But we hope that, you know, the focus is not to have our players go under HIA in the first place. So we're just going to be safer out there on the field, I guess. So moving on, let's get into how we went for. Sorry, boys. How we went for round 3. So I want to come up with a name for this segment. So like I was thinking like did you hear something, or like I don't know if you know what I mean. So like if we go, hey, so you know how you say, hey bro, did you hear that? Like I want that segment to be that so that we can talk about the game of the weekend there. But I don't know what you boys think, but we'll talk about it off there. But yeah, so welcome to think of a funny name for a segment. That's what I wrote here. But it's the same thing. So let's go through round 3. Round 3 was a really crazy round. I guess for tipping wise, you heard our tips last week, and we didn't go that well. One person I want to start off with you, TJ. So I guess for you, Teach, you went on last week, so we didn't know what you actually tipped. So you could lie. Yeah, you could lie and tell us that you got 8, but yeah, how did you go, bro?
Look, I know I definitely didn't get 8. So the ones I dropped were the Storm game, the Roosters game, and the Warriors game. So those 3 I got wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Storm game, I talked to Kuda about it. the night before the game, and we had a discussion. So
Hey, can you back that up or?
Yeah, I'll back that one up.
I'll
let him know who we chose to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was. So I.
You got 5, bro.
Yeah, I only got 5. Got 5 for that last round.
I only got 5. Oh, whatever. Bro, I got 3, bro, and I'm pretty sure the boys are gonna say it too. So what'd you get, Kuda?
Yeah, I got the same, bro. 3-3.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, bro, all the same.
3 for 3. 3 for 3.
Yeah, we all got 3. So pretty much the only matches that we got right was the Dragons, Panthers. No,
Bunnies.
we changed the Storm. Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? Did we get wrong or right?
Right.
Yeah,
I thought you said we got wrong.
Yeah. Right. Right. We got Dragons. We got Titans.
And the para.
That's it. All the rest, bloody hell. Upsetting.
But what world did you guys think the Bulldogs were going to beat the Broncos?
Bro, in Australia, far out.
Wooden spinners, of course.
Yeah, they were just both of the teams we thought liked the attacking. So that's what it came down for me. I thought Flanagan would flourish. So what about you boys for that game?
Just didn't like them, man. I think it was just like the first 2 rounds just didn't impress me enough for the Broncos to win over the Doggies, I guess.
Harder. And what about you, my bro? I think the Broncos were like 17-0 or something like. 0-17 or going to 0-18 or something like that. They broke their streak, so yeah.
Yeah, they said it was like going on to a year, like they're not at a year yet, but it was going on to a year and they finally won.
That's crazy, bro.
No, all I can say is disappointing Doggies. Not much. I didn't really watch the game, but man, that's bad, especially after your signings you guys got.
Hard out.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks they've been held scoreless. So anyways, let's not talk about them. They're trash anyways. Let's talk about... Yeah, both of them. Yeah, especially the Broncos this week, bro. Let's go. Anyways, so let's talk about our game of the week. And it's quite unanimous. There was 2 really, really close games this weekend in the Knights and the Tigers just stripping away the win. But the game we're going to be talking about today is the Mighty Warriors and the Raiders game. So let's give the Warriors a poor bro. Awesome effort, boys. Awesome effort. Obviously, we tipped the Raiders. You tipped the Warriors?
Yeah, I tipped the Warriors.
Man, my guy, bro. Well, I'm going to go straight to you. What made you tip the Warriors?
Honestly, I don't know, but so that game, my brother, so when we lost to the Warriors, my brother was always giving me a bit of stick. He was like, bro, you better jump on our bandwagon now and stuff. And even Ray. Yeah. So I saw a lot of stuff from Ray that he put up saying that, the Warriors were going to win this one. So just off that, I was like, all right, well, Ray's a hard Warriors supporter. And a couple of mates in New Zealand as well. So they were really, putting out there that the Warriors got this one. So I was like, oh, yeah, take a chance and see how we go. Honestly, I didn't expect them to win. I was sort of going with the Raiders, but because everyone else around me was saying to back the Warriors, so that's why I picked the Warriors. But for it to go down so close, I guess is an indication of how far, how good both teams were on the day.
Yeah, nice, bro. So I'll jump to you then. Kuda, what were your thoughts of the game, bro? The Warriors actually played pretty well, didn't they?
Yeah, you can't take that away from them. When I first watched the first 10 minutes, I thought it was pretty one-sided, or even the first half with the Raiders scoring a fair few tries. I thought it would have been a blowout, but somehow the Warriors found their feet and end up becoming a lot more competitive in that second half, and eventually they had a few calls go their way and end up winning that match.
Yeah, and it all came down to the very last play. And this perfectly segues to the Bro Here's Player of the Week, so take it away.
Yeah, so my Player of the Week and the person that Jason's talking about is Roger Tuivasa Sheck. So, firstly, he's my Player of the Week because, not because of the first half, because as Kuda mentioned, first half, Raiders outscored them, outplayed them everywhere, and I didn't really watch that first half. I only watched the second, but when I saw the score, I thought it was game over. Raiders probably put 40, and maybe go on to 50, but then the Warriors in the second half, even my player Tuivasa they just stepped up. You know, Tuivasa he was everywhere. Like, you know, like every game they play, he's always everywhere, always running the most meters. You know, he ran like 250 plus meters, got a try. He got a 100 and a bit post contact meters, so that's huge for a fullback. Got 10 tackle busts and 2 line breaks. So he was a beast, and you know that last play he did. If you guys didn't watch it, you know, he just hit the arm of a diving player in the corner who could have scored the winning try, and you know, because of his effort there at the end, you know, the Warriors ended up winning the game and coming back and having a big win. So Tuivasa was my player of the week, and Warriors, yeah, that was the game of the week.
Game of the week, man, definitely. So shout out to you, Warriors. Thank you for firstly moving over like how you did last year. You know, the NRL appreciates it to keep the game rolling, and I think we're going to see the Warriors go even way better than they did last year, only because now they're not traveling back and forth, and that they have a permanent spot, and they just travel to the game and they play. They don't. I think they're going to be like. They probably be like the Storm, like how we did it last year. But I don't know. Okay, let's go to. I'll go to you, bro. Who's your player of the week, bro?
Player of the week, man. To be honest, I don't really have one. I think that's partly because I didn't catch as many games as I would have liked.
Yep.
And I don't want to sound biased and just go with
Like Jamal Fogarty.
with the Titans. So I think we had enough of that last year. So
We're expecting it though.
I think I don't have a player of the week, and I should actually make more of an effort to catch more games.
Nah, bro, that's all good. That's all good, bro. Work commitments, man. Who caught your eye this week?
Yeah, it's funny. I was just saying why I don't like the Broncos, but this week I happened to just pick a Broncos player. Probably somebody that doesn't really get the mention that he probably should receive. And for me, he's pretty much like a quiet achiever. When he does play really well, he plays really well. And this week I ended up choosing the Broncos centre Herbie Farnworth, who's also an English international. This week, I think his attack was something that kind of caught my eye. Obviously, in the NRL, everyone's expecting like the big hits or the mean as finishes and getting tries.
Yep.
But it's not always about that, and sometimes it's always about the efforts, like Otto had touched on with Roger. And for me, this is one of the reasons why I picked this player. This week, on attack, I thought it was really well. He found himself through the line, breaking the line 12 times, as well as having 15 tackle breaks, which for a centre is pretty good. As well as having a defensive night out with 17 tackles as well. Like I said, it's not always about the tries and the big hits, but sometimes it's always about those 1%ers, and I felt like all those little 1%ers helped his team, I guess, set the platform or set the foundation.
Yep.
And it was from there on that they were able to, I guess, execute some tries or even get some go forward to, have some possession.
Definitely a player who's underrated at the moment. So if I was Stags, I'd be a little bit worried because the centre spot might not be available, and even though they play on opposite sides, definitely be worried. My player of the week was Dane Laurie. If you don't know him, watch a Tigers game, you'll know him. And as could have touched on, it's all about effort for me. I guess I'm a avid player in the fantasy realm for NRL, and he does average good scores, but obviously effort doesn't really translate into this a lot of the time. So I just think one thing that I think is really impressive over the last 3 games, or the first 3 games, I guess, he's averaged 6 tackle breaks per game. So he has 18 all up for the first 3 rounds, and I think that's tremendous, especially for a young rookie starting fullback. So I think his work ethic and stuff speaks for itself. So if you want to know more about him, I think for the Tigers, he's definitely the biggest pickup for their team, and he definitely cemented his spot here in the NRL and in the fullback position. So I guess he's one person to look out for. Panthers lucked out, but they have so much talent elsewhere. But it's going to be it's going to be good to see him grow this year. So Dane Laurie, shout out to you, bro. Keep doing your thing. You're the fucking man, bro. Straight up, straight down. Let's go. So I guess the next thing that we talk about is our meat pie or our bone rattler, but we have a meat pie to talk about today. So I'll kick it over to Teach, bro. Let's go.
A few moments later.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go, boys. So, as you can see, we're using the other camera. Bro, you didn't even charge the battery, man, bro. One job. Anyways, so the rest of the episode is going to be shut off this one camera. Bro, we're still learning. So, hopefully I can zoom in on people's faces while they're talking, but it is what it is. So, let's go, boys. So, I'm pretty sure before I flicked it over to TJ, you won't see the footage for that, but I was, we're talking about... Come on, headphones, what are you doing? We're talking about going to our bone rattler or our meat pie. So I'm kicking it over to Tej right now. Let's go.
Yeah, so try of the week this week is by Jermaine Isako, not Tessie New, although they look alike with their fades. So this is 21 minutes and 44 seconds of the game. Fourth tackle. Isako gets the ball and he just makes the Bulldogs fullback look like
trash. Mud. So let's watch it. Hopefully I'll try editing it in. We'll see how we go. Gun.
There he goes. With
Goose.
The goosey.
Oh,
I left with the right. We've seen that before too, haven't we, boys?
look how good is he. Yep. The goose.
Bro, but seriously though, how fresh is this fade, eh?
What an outstanding! That's a try and a half. I guess have you ever scored a try like that?
Never.
Bit of a goose.
Never. I wish I could.
What about you, Ato? Ever beat the line?
Here and there.
Nick Minute. What about you, Teach? Have you ever done a little bit of a goose and then?
I'm a 5 meter from the try line guy.
So I'll try and edit the footage into that. But that's our.
That's the guy that passed it.
I'm the one who rolled the ball. No, I'm over there with the towel at the back. Over here, running the thing on. So that was our bone rattler meat pie. So I opened the wrong one, but hopefully we can come up with a name for that segment, moving forward. But hey, this episode's all up and down at the moment. But hey, we continue, boys.
That's it.
So let's get into round 4. Round 4, if you just look at the first 4 games, it looks like pretty much it's the bottom teams against the top teams. Oh, sorry, not including the Storm because we're not in the 8. But it should be. I think I'm a bit more confident with this round. So let's get into the first game. Panthers Manly. I'll kick it over to you, Teach. Bro, it looks like if we go to our team lists. Go back to the top. Team list for game 1. Let's go here, Manly. So I think the biggest thing is at the moment is Nathan Cleary's back from his HIA, but they've because because last week Dylan Edwards went out, they've chosen to put Stephen Crichton at fullback and they've kept Matt Burden in centres. And I think this might be the key to this Panthers team, bro. I think this team at the moment is going to do damage, bro. So I guess, what are your thoughts around a little bit of shift and keeping, Stephen Crichton, putting him into the fullback position? What's your thoughts?
Oh, look, I think we've seen what he can do, especially last year when he came onto the scene and, scoring all those tries. I think the addition of having Nathan Cleary back is definitely a massive boost. But just those 3 alone, Stephen Crichton, Charlie Staines, and Matt Burden, I wouldn't be surprised if throughout the game they switch positions, you know what I mean? I just feel like all 3 of them could play anywhere at the back, centre, fullback, wing. It doesn't really matter. And again, like I said, with Nathan Cleary coming back, he'll definitely be able to guard those boys around and sort of put the ball right where they need it. So just on Nathan Cleary coming back, I'm going to back the Panthers for this one.
Yeah, it should be a pretty convincing win. This, what do you call it? This, I don't know what you call this Manly team. They have, good players, but they haven't been able to, put one and two together. So I'll go to you, Kura. Do you think having Matt Burton in the starting team, there couldn't be a better spot for him at the moment? What do you think?
Yeah, I think even just to back up his performance last week against the Storm, I thought, why not? Why not have Matt Burton deserve a spot still in that starting lineup? But yeah, I think I'm very excited to see what Stephen Crichton can do at fullback. Usually he's out in the centres, so he's a bit quiet through some games. Sometimes he's usually the person that does all the cherry picking and ends up scoring all the easy tries. Doesn't really have to work hard to score his tries, but have to sprint to the line. But this time around he's at fullback, so he's definitely going to have a lot of work cut out for himself. Or not cut out, but have a lot of work to do out the back and around the field. So it'll be interesting to see him. Look, with the Manly team, they haven't really been performing, and like Jason said before, on paper they've got a lot of great players in their squad, but it just isn't translating over to points or even just to get a W. So obviously with Des Hasler there, he's kind of just working with what he's got with and see how they go. But yeah, my tip's going with the Panthers this week.
Yeah, nice. And I guess for you, Arto, bro, Schuster, what a player. He did really well, in my opinion, last week. Playing in the second row position, but playing just like a half. He fed some good balls and even got a try assist too, pretty sure. So do you think, well, first of all, give us your thoughts on Josh Schuster, and then I guess secondly, your thoughts and your tips on the game.
Well, firstly, I didn't really watch that. I didn't catch that Manly game, so I didn't really watch a lot of it. But I heard he did well in there, so good on him. But for my tip this week, I think it's a pretty easy one. I'm going to be backing the Panthers. As for the moves in the back line they've made, I would like to see how maybe how Matt Burton goes at fullback. I think he could probably make a good fullback. I think he'd be, he's got the speed and he's fit enough and he's got that ball playing too because he plays 6, and he's got a good running game at 6 too, so I reckon he can definitely play a fullback. And having him in the line as centre, I haven't seen him defend as centre at all because, we've never seen him play centre in the NRL, and, he might leave a big hole in defence there. We don't know. We'll wait and see on the weekend, but yeah, I think they should maybe in the middle of the game, try putting Crichton back to centre and, try Burton at the back. I think he'll probably go alright. So, but yeah, Panthers, this is an easy game for them.
Yeah, I reckon what will happen is, I spoke to Kuda about it, I reckon, because Stephen Crichton and Brian Toll, they've formed such a crazy, combination that I reckon he'll sniff around there and stay around Matt Burton. So you can imagine Matt Burton to Steve Crichton to Brian Toll, bro, that's jam all day. So shout out to the boys, even with Jerome Luai too. So I think, Panthers, this is a pretty easy one for the Panthers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go to our next game. And the next game we're going to go to, I'll let the bro introduce it, bro. Let's go. Ethel. Bro, I can't even hear anything, bro. Anyways, keep going.
Sweet. So on Friday night, we have a game between the Melbourne Storm and the Brisbane Broncos. I'm not too sure where it's being played. Have they figured it out yet? Do you guys know?
It says at Amy Park.
Amy Park.
Oh, bro, I'm going to the game on Friday. What are we going?
No, because they had that little discussion where they might have moved the game to Sydney because you know how Broncos had to move down to Sydney and stuff like that.
Oh no! Don't say that,
no,
bro.
But
I just took my ticket, bro, yesterday.
They were meant to announce it tonight, but if
yeah.
it's on the site, then it looks like it's probably staying.
Okay,
so,
cool.
It'll be at Amy Park, so yeah, it looks like I'm going to the game too.
That's us, yo.
Yeah, sweet. I think it's been a disappointing first 3 rounds for us. Obviously, we've had tough games, but we've been losing every second half in our first few games, so we need to turn that around. And what better way to do it? We've got the Broncos. We can gain some confidence because I think we'll put a big one on them. So. I think the boys will be alright this week, and we should get the easy win on Friday night.
Yeah, bro. So is that us going on Friday?
Yeah, bro. That's
Yeah,
us.
yeah. Because can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I can't hear you. So, anyways, Mon's coming. So she's trying to palm off the kids, but I want the kids to come and watch her cry when we put 13 points on them.
So is that us
13
on,
plus.
KO, bro?
Yeah, you can come too. You can witness greatness up to you if you want to.
I'm busy on Friday.
But I'm just going to jump in quickly. I think Storm, it's going to be 13 plus. Taking nothing away from the way the Broncos played last week. They did pretty well. They finally found their front foot, but it was against a team who hasn't put points up for the last 2 games. So I think the Storm are going to win quite convincingly. Pappy back should be jammed. So let's go to you, Teach, bro. What are your thoughts for this game?
Yeah, bro. Look, there's only one Queensland team at the moment, and that's the Titans. So I'm backing the Storm to win this one quite convincingly, like you said. So I would have liked to see Branko Lee come back into the centres, but I think he just missed out because of the whole lockdown thing. So he wasn't given a chance. But Storm on Storm. So Pappy's back, like you said. And should be easy win.
Should be easy win.
Yeah.
What about you, Kuda? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with all of you guys. This one should be a straightforward one. Storm for the win. You can't go past Pappenhausen being put back into the side. I think he was just a missing jigsaw puzzle to last week's game. So I think if he was in the game last week against the Panthers, it probably would have been a different outcome. But I can't see the Broncos going up against a strong team like the Storm. Though the Storm have have a few issues with some of their edge players, or just defending, I guess you might say.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Storm are the type of team to always, look at those sort of things and adjust to make sure that it doesn't happen the week after. So Storm for me.
Yeah, I wish they kept so in one of our edges we have Remus Smith and George Jennings. They went in our system last year, so it's like one side. That's the place where we're getting smashed at the moment. So they need to change that. George Jennings, he's a Parramatta supporter, ex-Parramatta player, so I don't blame him. That's why the tries are coming through. So
these guys bought him.
But even the Parramatta exploited that too when they played us. But anyways, we move on to the next game. Up the Storm, let's go. Okay, cool. And the next game, I'll let the bro here introduce your game, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, so the next game is the mighty Titans against the Raiders. The Titans are coming off a massive win, and obviously the Raiders are coming off that nail-biting game against the Warriors. Obviously, I'm going to back my team. I think this is going to be an awesome match. I would have liked Mo Futuaika at number 8 instead of Wallace, just to see how he goes against Big Pat. A lot of people are calling this the rematch between Josh Papali'i and Jamal Fogarty after what happened last year. I'm backing Fogs to actually get a try this time if he has to run away from Big Papa, but we'll see how we go. But look, the only change that they made is, like I said, so they've got Mo on the bench and they put Tyrone Peachy in at lock for the Titans. I think the Raiders are going with the same team that they had, who just went down to the Warriors. Ryan James is still, I think, has to pass his HIA on the night before he can take the field. So it'll be good. It'll be good to see how the boys pull up playing against their former captain. So for that reason, I'm actually quite excited for this game. I'm gutted that we lost Ryan James to start with, but it's the NRL. It is what it is. So Titans for the win, but it'll probably be a be a close one.
Yes, I'll jump in next. It's for me. It's sad to see Mo on the bench. He should be starting, as TJ mentioned. But you can't take away the way Jared Wallace has been playing. He's been playing out of his skin the first 3 games. So. I guess for me, I'm backing the Titans here, man. They just continue to impress me. Philip Sammy, his game last week, he's he's underrated, and 1-on-1, like most people can't even defend him. So he's really quick, he's really strong, agile. So I look to him to have a great game. Another person who's underrated in this team is Corey Thompson. He's one of the players, like he's kind of like your Ryan Hoffmans, your Corey Parkers, who they just do their job and just grind. But I guess I'm talking about a back here, not a forward. And he will give you his 100% effort every game. So he's one person that I definitely rate highly, especially in this Titans outfit. So keep an eye on him. He just continues to impress me every week. So I'm going to the Titans, and I think it's going to be a convincing win for the Titans, to be honest. I think they'll be able to get on the front foot against this Raiders team, who are just not putting much points on, but they're just grinding teams to get them to get over them. So otherwise they should have put the Warriors away last week. So just on the way they played last week, I think the Titans are going to get them. Let's go to you, Kuda. Brimdog's been playing great so far too, and I think you're a fan of Anthony Don as well, and he played awesome last week. So what are your thoughts on this Titans team, and then give us your tip for the game?
I don't think I'm a fan, bro.
You look like a fan.
Let's clear it there. Like you said, like Brimson and Don, they've been exceptional players for the Titans. Whether it be this year or whether it be the previous years as well, they always seem to be the players to step up to the plate whenever needed to. So, definitely not going to take that away from those players. But this week, I think I'm going to back the Raiders this week. I don't know. I think the Raiders let that game against the Warriors slip, and I think they'll be looking to go one better, I guess, against the Titans. Obviously, the Titans have been in some pretty good form, especially with the inclusion of their new signings. But I feel like I could be completely wrong with this, but without Ashley Taylor, I feel like they're missing, I guess, just that little attacking prowess, I guess, for their backline. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'll probably support the Raiders this week for a win. I'm not taking away that a lot of the songs like David Fafita, also Tino as well. These guys have been like really, really big. I guess big jigsaw puzzles in their team. So they've definitely in the past couple of weeks shown what they're really made of. But I think the Raiders will be really upset with their performance last week and look to find a way to bounce back.
Yeah, nice, bro. And then for you, bro, Tito's been playing outstanding, mate. I guess, what is your thoughts on this Titans team? Or do you think the Raiders might be able to be the typical Raiders that they usually are?
Oh, this was a hard one to tip, but in the end, I think I went the way of the Titans. So my tip is the Titans to win, mainly because for the first 3 rounds, Raiders at the start of the year, I thought they'd be like around the top 4 or around the top teams, but the first 3 games, I'm not really convinced on Raiders, really, being a team, being a threat for the Premiership this year. I don't see them as that in the first 3 games, and for me they're disappointing, and to be one of those top teams, you can't let 25-6 lead. You can't let that go away. Teams like Storm, Para, Bunnies, and all that, Roosters or whatever. Like they wouldn't have lost that second half if they had that first half and they had that big lead. So just in saying that, and Titans, they've had good form in the past 2 games. So just on that, I'm going to back the Titans in this game.
Yeah, bro, let's go. And the last game that we're going to speak about is the Bros game here, bro. So it's the last game for the week, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. This is the the last game of the week, which will be on a Monday, I'm pretty sure, for the long weekend.
Yep.
And that will be I'm guessing it's
What's this Stadium Australia, bro?
Stadium Australia, unless they've changed names again.
Yeah, is that the SCG?
It's not the Bank West Stadium, that's for sure.
Man, we need to have it at Bank West, man. This is a West game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like Jason said, this is a West game. It's a battle of the West.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I can't say it's big brother against little brother. They're pretty much the same age, I guess. But yeah, look, obviously I'm going to back my team, the Electric Eels. Everyone's calling their team the Mighty Storm or the Mighty
Man,
Titans.
can you stick to their proper name?
Got the Electric Eels.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, no, I think we've got ourselves to a pretty good start. I can't remember the last time we've had a 3-0 start. It's been a while. So obviously this is, like I said last week, in order for us to, I guess, establish ourselves as one of the teams to look out for, we need to start backing up some of the wins, especially if they're away games. Last week we were lucky enough to have the game turn into our favour. Obviously, with a lot of the Cronulla players going down, and then them losing a few guys to injury or even the HIA. But yeah, I think. There's a lot of I guess positives to take out of the Parramatta Eels, and not taking away the West Tigers performance that they had over the weekend as well. I definitely think there's going to be a great battle, and obviously I'm going to pick my team just being the more experienced team or more, I guess, gelled team.
Yeah, bro. You heard me speak earlier about Dan Laurie, but unfortunately for this game, all I can say is King Gutho, baby. So I'm going with the Eels. That's straight jam. This is going to be a great match. Maybe West Tigers can pull up another. You never know. They might pull off another surprise victory, but. I highly doubt it. I think this is new. Well, not new Eels, but this team is finally clicking. It's good to see that Mitchell Moses is named. I thought he would. His leg was his leg injured, or did he go for
HIA?
Yeah, HIA. So cool. So it looks like he'll be back ready to go. Newcott has been awesome playing centre, so it's just like a whole different outfit, and it's working for them. So King Gutho all the way. I'm going with the Eels. I'll kick it over to you, Tej, bro. What's your thoughts on this match? I guess, do you think the Tigers have a chance, or?
Oh man, honestly, bro, not really sure. I think just off the games from last weekend, just going through the scores and stuff, all indications would be pointing towards the Eels to come away with a win. So yeah, I think I'll probably agree with both you and Kura and say that Tigers, if they do have a chance, it'll be a slim chance. But yeah, I'm gonna say that the Eels will walk away with the dub on this one.
Nice, bro. And I guess for you, bro, where do you think the game's gonna be won for this match?
I think you guys said a lot, and I think we can all agree. I think tipping Para like you guys, I think they should, win this comfortably. I think, West Tigers, by the way they attacked on the weekend, maybe, they might get a few lucky tries and maybe make it a bit interesting. But yeah, Eels should, get away with this win, and yeah, maybe a 13+ game too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So hopefully we can beat the camera. Let's give it a go. So for the rest of the round, here are our tips. So for me, I'm going. So obviously we said the Panthers. So I'm going the Panthers, the Rabbitohs, Storm, Sharkies, Titans, Dragons, and then to round off, I'm going Warriors and the Eels. So that's pretty. I think yeah. Roosters, 2 new halves. They're still a great team, but I think the Warriors will get over them this week. What about you, Barry? What's your tips for this week?
Should I just go?
You can go through the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah. Well, like I said before, I was going for the Panthers against Manly. Back in the Rabbitohs to take on the Bulldogs. I got the Storm obviously to over the Broncos. Have Cronulla over the Cowboys. the Raiders over the Titans. I'm actually going to pick the Knights this week against the Dragons, see how they go. Also, I'm going to pick the Warriors this week to see how they go against the Roosters as well. And obviously, the last game, the Eels.
Let's go. Ato, you feeling the same way, or where you going?
Similar, but yeah, I'm going to Panthers over Manly. But right, I'm gonna just take a stab on this one. I'm gonna go Doggies over Bunnies, Storm over Broncos, Sharks over Cowboys, Titans over Raiders, the Knights over the Dragons, Roosters over Warriors, and Eels over Tigers.
Nice, right? Doggies, eh? You reckon? Upset.
Taking a shot.
Like it.
I had bad luck this week. Anything could happen.
You're telling me I'll set up the podcast, right?
A few moments later.
TJ,
Yes, so picks,
give us your tips, bro.
Tips for this week, I have Panthers over Manly, Bunnies over the Doggies, Storm over the Broncos, Sharks over the Cowboys, Titans over the Raiders, Knights over the Dragons, Roosters over the Warriors, only because Victor Radley's back in the starting lineup.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Eels over the Tigers.
Yeah, nice, man. So it's we're a little bit divided for some games, which is awesome because that's what we like. At the moment, we're kind of I don't know how our tipping is going. I don't know how close it is or how far apart it is. So this might be the round that divides the top from the bottom. So those are our tips for round 4. I guess something that we always or I'm trying to like provide, we have a punters club and we call it the Struggling Punters Foundation. So that's the SPF. You might know SPF as, is that the what's SPF? That's the what do you call it?
Sunscreen.
The sunscreen, is it? SPF rating, because SPC is already taken. That's the Scope's Punters Club. Shout outs to Scope. So in the group chat, it's called the Struggling Punters Club Foundation. So that would have been SPC. But anyways, the SPF, we got our last week. I just want to go through. We got our multis. Last week we had Brumbies into Port, into Para, into the Reds, into Richmond. Paid $2.53. Cha-ching. We got the money, so give us a polka kara for the Punters Club. Let's go. And this week, the boys are in disagreement at the moment on what we're going to get this week, because if you look at the odds for the Panthers game, for the Rabbitohs game, and for the Storm, just the first 3, what do you call it? The odds are like $1.05, $1.07, $1.05. So there's no jam there, and anything could happen. So to make it a bit more creamy, I decided, and I'm gonna go with it. And whether the boys follow it or not, it's up to them. We're gonna go Panthers, Rabbitohs, Storm, and Para all to win by 13+, and that gives you $5, about $5.50 in odds. And I think it's jam. I think the teams that, especially for the first 3 teams, the Panthers, Rabbitohs, and Storm, they're playing Manly, the Dogs, and Broncos, and these teams have been struggling to put on points. And against top sides like this, I think it's going to be absolute jam. And I'm just hoping that Para just continued their form and come away with this win. So if you want it, there it is. You get about $5.50. Put something small on it, and it should be good. Otherwise, we had an 8-legger of doom, and it was like $3 something, so it's not really worth it in case something happens. But yeah, that's our multi for this week, boys. So get on it or don't get on it, up to you. So I want to apologize to the boys. Sorry for all this mishap and that. I need to make sure that everything is set up perfectly for us for next time. But it is what it is. We got through the episode, so I just want to say thank you, boys. Thanks for putting up with it. I guess any closing remarks? You's all good? Ready for the weekend?
Yeah.
We're going to try and get some segments happening to make it so we can all host a little part of it. If there's anything that you want us to talk about, or if you have any ideas that we can do, drop us a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe to this podcast. We're going to try and make it bigger and better every episode. At the moment, we just had so many little niggly things go wrong. So, but we made it through, boys. So, we can't wait to watch the rugby this weekend, and I guess up the Storm. Is it or no?
Up the power, yeah.
Up the para? Cool. Okay, peace, guys. Let's go. Have a great weekend.
Peace.